Okay, here we go. So we can just find a comfortable seat, Siddhasan, Sukhasan. It's nice to be here with you. It's really a joy to be back in the studio and practicing in person. For me, it was like I took some time off, a year off. So it was like I still feel a little bit of the integration from the pandemic that I know like Emily and other teachers have had the chance to be teaching in person more, and Melissa. And so for me, it's still like fresh joy to be able to be together again. And so really simply, it's the invitation always as we come back to our practice, come back to our inner, I used to say like inner witnessing. Somehow witnessing feels a little sterile. It's like the inner being with. If it feels good to you, you could have your hands simply in a Bhumi Mudra, maybe palms facing down, to feel that invitation of grounding into the bones, into the body, into the breath of the spine and the belly, into the root that feels its deepening with the earth element beneath you. And observing internally when we center our alignment. So, crown over the diaphragm, diaphragm over the root. We can also feel in this centering a sense of observation of whatever is circulating internally this morning. So we were just talking here about the idea of an eclipse, solar eclipse that always happens at the new moon, and the intensification of some of the threads of the natural world that we experience energetically in the autumn anyway. Very much the Apanavayu energy moving downwards, and with it, the witnessing of like nature's swan song, the beauty, the glory, and the expression of the harvest, and then the letting go and the sorrow, the grief of the letting go. And really simply this mudra, you could interlace your hands if you choose to, and then take your pointer fingers and gently press them together. Thumbs can rest over each other, and pointing that arrow downward towards the earth. Ksepana mudra, which is really like the Sanskrit word means like to flow or to let go, to release. It could be some energetic in the body, like if you're feeling a little caffeinated, could be just this deepening of the exhale. It could be, as we were like tenderly speaking about before our practice, it could be the release of expectations of ourselves and others. It could be the feeling of age in our bones, and the accepting and the going with. Could be the release of some tension in your body, in your life, in your relations. Oh. Call and response. Oh. Asato ma sakamaya. Asato ma sakamaya. Tamaso ma. Tamaso ma. Asato ma sakamaya. Asato ma sakamaya. Tamaso ma. Tamaso ma. Asato ma sakamaya. Asato ma sakamaya. Tamaso ma. Tamaso ma. Jyotirgamaya. 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 Om. Om. It's so simple, from untruth into truth. And the way that we made the Shema, the, the chant today, the mantra today was so simple. This call is from the tamas, which is the inert, dense energy that we can feel a little like sluggishness in the autumn, in the deep autumn. And then it's just the prayer is calling for light. And it can be simple like that. We don't even need the whole mantra. From the sluggishness, from the depth, asking for some light. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And then find your way to child's pose. So shifting your hips back towards your heels and bowing your crown towards the earth. And I'm going to invite you today and through our autumn sadhana to really look for the little places in your practice where you can find a little bit of softening. So for example, if you have your forehead against a cold ground, bring a blanket underneath your forehead. Right? And those of you who are at home practicing with us, I'm going to start our music here. So you can start your music at home if you'd like to as well. And then if you'd like to, you can walk your hands over to your right side. Draw your left hip crease back to feel the lengthening. And then back through the center and over to the left side. And my invitation is really to go simply and gently with yourself. And when you're ready to, really simply walk your hands back and come to sit back onto your heels. If you need to have a blanket beneath you, you're welcome to. And all we're going to do is you can press the heels of your hands into your thighs if you choose to, and just bow your head down. And breathing in and feeling the coiling, the rising, the rounding, the quality of release through the spine with the breath out. And then waving the center of the heart forward, stabilizing through your arms and bowing your head, your heart down. And then breathing in one more time. So all of our movements, the asana, become mudra. They become gestures of energetic expression. Sometimes they become gestures of energetic prayer, right? Inhaling as you rise. If you'd like to, you could bring your hands to connect with whatever along the Sushumna Nadi, whatever maybe chakra or energy center that just naturally calls your hands. Could be your hands on your belly or your heart, or could be just touching into the third eye, pineal gland, bringing soothing and inner attendance, allowing from the back of the eyes that optical nerve to relax and rest and deepen into the wisdom space. And then when you're ready to, simply bringing your hands to the earth, feeling through the paddings of your palms, paddings of your feet, and rising. Yeah, and those of you who practice with me for a long time, you know, like the invitation to just breathe, be, open up, to allow, especially for the exhale. There are the moments when we need to gather and energize, but oftentimes, in the modern lives we live, we need to first attend to the release. If you'd like to, breathing in, guide your right knee in towards your core, and then exhale and let it fly up and back behind you. Just yawning through that right side, stabilize to the left side. Notice if your left ribs are rolling down, can you girdle them in and up to the center line? And then exhale and place that right foot on the ground and switch sides. Breathing in, the left knee is gonna coil in. And then exhale, left leg's gonna fly. Bend your knee, sweeten your hips. And release that left foot down to meet the right. And breathing in, right side, breathing in, coiling in, left knee comes in, right knee comes in. And then exhale and press it all the way up and back. And then this time, as you inhale, again, draw your right knee towards your chest, wrap your shoulders forward over your palms and feel that lighting, igniting of the core. And then exhale and guide it back up again. Breathing in, send the right leg high. And then exhale, place it down next to the left foot. And switch sides. Breathing in, left knee coils in. Exhale, let it press up and back behind you. Inhale, this time wrap your shoulders forward over your palms. Feel the coiling and the spreading of the back body. And then exhale and guide the left leg up and back again. Place it down next to the left foot and we'll go one more time. Breathing in, right knee draws in. Exhale, guide it up and back. Inhale, look forward, guide your knee forward. Exhale, send it up and back again. Now take your right foot and step it way out to the right side, way out to the right side. And just lean your weight into that stable right leg. Lengthen through the right side body and the inner line of your left leg right here. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, downward facing. Guide your left knee in, coiling in with the breath in. Exhale, send your left leg up and back. Movement steady. Inhale, coiling your knee in again. This time, wrap your shoulders forward and feel the blossoming from the back of the heart, the coiling through the midline. And then exhale, send it back up again. Inhale, step your left foot way out to your left side. Kind of nice to have these mats set up in a cross like this. It's like you just want to fill the space, right? But those of you practicing at home, like give yourself that space. In here, we've got space between the mats. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, place it down, come to the top of the push-up and pause.
Sometimes when we're not feeling strong on the inside, putting our body in a shape to feel the strength, the heat, the clarity, the inner drishti, which is this word drish is connected to the element of fire, clear seeing internally, deep breath fully in, and then exhale, wrap it up and back, downward facing dog. Full deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go all the way out. Walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, partway rise right here. Exhale, pour your heart down, pour yourself over the top. Once again, that feeling of just like, what is it to just let go, let go. We have to practice it. It doesn't come naturally, right? Naturally comes the like, we want to grow, we want to produce, we want to create, but the letting go feels good. Inhale as you rise all the way up through your spine. And then bring your hands towards your heart. And just pause. Whatever the inner prayer of being, of becoming is for you today, clarify it. Clarify it internally. It doesn't have to have words. Could be a feeling. Could be an image. Beyond you to bring internally, right? Like the light of the sun at this time of year and how it creates, like when it glistens off of tree leaves, golden leaves, it becomes brilliant. So deep breath in. And then exhale and just release and feel what it is to be in mountain pose with a lot of that apana vayu, a lot of that energy of releasing and grounding, especially through the periphery of your body, right? Over the mountains of the shoulders, down through your belly, outer sides of your legs, so that that internal movement up through the center line is bright and simple. Deep full breath in. And then exhale and guide the breath out and allow your movement to just rise from this deep place of calm. Inhale, arms to the sky. Guide your gaze high. Feel the roots of your feet. Exhale through your midline. Pour yourself down. Inhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat, top of the push-up. Exhale, release your body all the way to the earth. Loop your shoulders onto your back and then breathe in and lift your heart. Doesn't have to be a lot, it can be a little. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rising up through the spine, roll your shoulders onto your back. Feel the breath lift you up. Exhale and release down. So the legs are engaged, but not like super tense. One more time, deep breath in. Free your neck, and then exhale and come all the way down. Through all fours as you breathe in. Child's pose, shift all the way back, lengthening through the side bodies. I like to bring myself up to my fingertips here and press the wrists forward, right? And you're not collapsing in the armpits. There's this sense of like rising and lengthening. Gather all that rising into the length. Inhale through all fours again. Exhale as you're ready to tuck your toes and bow down, downward facing dog. Breathing in, the right knee is going to coil in. Exhale, guide it up and back. Inhale, shift your heart forward. Pillar your arms over your palms. Exhale, this time as you press up and back, open your knee. Sliding the right hip over the left without collapsing in the left rib basket. And then step your right foot way out to the right side. And walk your hands over so that they're on the inside of the right foot and stabilize through your left foot. And just feel that for a moment. It's a little bit loose, which is great. It doesn't have to be a perfect Parsvottanasana. And then inhale, walk your hands back to the center. Slide your right foot to meet your left. Bring your heels over to your left side. If you choose to, you can release your left knee to the ground, or you can have your arms and your legs long. Vashisthasana. And then guide the palm down, guide your gaze down, top of the push-up. Breathe in. You're always welcome to be on your knees if you need to be. Exhale, downward facing dog. Guide your left knee into your core with your breath in. Exhaling up and back with the breath out. Inhale once again. Coming forward now, the shoulders. So there's this coiling action. And then this time, as you lift the leg up, bend your knee, let your hips slide open. And then step your left foot all the way out to the left side. So if we were to take the mantra, Asato Ma Satgamaya, like from untruth into truth, and to feel that in our bodies, right? Step your left foot back, slide your heels over to your right side, open your left arm up. So it's really about like coming back to the essence of things, simplicity. Step your left hand down. As that, like, you know, the words of Mary Oliver that really resound, downward facing dog. Let the soft animal of your body be. Let it love what it loves. Let it be. Let it come home to itself. Walk your hands back to your feet with your breath in. Exhale, gently folding. Inhale as you rise up. A long trunk of the body comes to the sky. And then exhale and just bring them home. Inhaling again. We don't need a lot, we just need a little. Breathing in as you rise. And then exhale, pouring yourself down. Inhale, gently rising. Walking your hands to the top of your mat. Come to the top of the push-up, breathing in. Exhale, lowering yourself all the way down. Flip to the tops of your feet. You can keep your hands on the ground if you want to for Bhujangasana, or you can slide your hands back by your sides, breathing in as you rise. And once again, it's like if you're all the way in like a tension pattern, like you're up as high as you can be, soften it a little bit. Beautiful, that's a deep breath in. Exhale and release down. You lay your whole frontal body along the ground. You say pranam, is to make the body into the shape of a prayer. And then 2 more times, really simply breathing in the rising shape. And sometimes it's exploring the second visit, what is it to firm the legs, firm the core, and blossom through the arms, centers of the palms. Deep breath in, and then exhale and give it back, let it go. And then here we are, third round. Breathing in, and this time as you lift, can you feel the expansion of the heart through the centers of the arms and the freedom of the crown of the head to rise? When I was really young, I remember someone teaching me Tadasana and telling me, just pretend you're wearing a crown on your head and your body will organize, right? Because it's the weight of the crown on the head. Exhale, release all the way down. And it's a beautiful, energetic image to carry with us. Take your time, my dears, as you come through all fours and into child's pose. Second part of the mantra, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which is like, may we be led from depression, from heaviness, from the depths of grief toward light, Jyoti. And today, the way the mantra was coming was just to stop right there, just with that. Inhale through all fours, and then exhale up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, the right knee is going to coil in. And then exhale and let it fly. Feel how the more grounded you are through your palms, the more free that right leg can be. And then breathe in once again. And here feeling this whole Samanavayu energy coiling in as you shift your weight forward. Come up to the tippy toes of your left foot if you can. And then exhale and send it up. And this time at the end, there's this little dip of opening. And then step your right foot out to the right side. Walk your hands over to it. I'm just going to invite you here to keep your right hand on the inside line of your arm, of your leg, and breathe in and wrap the left arm up and around. So there's Parshva Konasana. It's a little bit interesting, right? If you're used to setting it up like in a standard way on the mat, it can be a little like you have to re-find it internally. No. And then exhale and release. Walk your hands back to the center. Take your right leg, slide it around. You have options here either to come into Vashisthasana, heels to the side, or dip the ball of your right foot behind you, and then blossoming up and open. Making sure your hips are not pressing up towards the sky, but still on the diagonal, right? But not all the way in the shape of Dhanurasana. And then coming back. Tap in the push-up, breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left knee is coiling in. Exhale, guiding it up and back. Inhaling. And then all the way up and back, and this time that slight, sweet opening of the hip, lengthening of the quadriceps, little top line of the left leg, and step your left foot all the way out to your left side. And then look at your feet and stabilize like you're in a Vira 2 pattern. And then breathe in, and that right arm is going to spiral up and open. So these spiral shapes, we're going to take this Parsva Konasana, spiral shape from the right heel to the right wrist, and then bring it back through, and we'll find the spiral shape again on the other side by bringing the left foot back, right? And then either staying, with the Navasana or bringing the ball of the foot to the ground. Keep that right leg long. Your hips are facing the side, and then inhale and open the left arm. And now the spiral between the left knee and the left breast. And then back through the center. Top of a push-up, pause. Exhaling up and back. Walk your hands to your feet with your breath in. Exhale, and just release into the back. Feel the wakefulness through the inner lines of the legs, the stabilizing through the feet, and that release, like the way that the trees, they don't fight the letting go of the leaves. You just allow. Okay, dears. So as you release your arms down, step your feet out towards the outer edges of your mat, point your toes out and coming down into a squat. If you need any modifications for knees, feet, ankles, you're welcome to. So just feeling into, it's like learning to surf, right? Just feeling into what is it to not just be in one stationary place, but actually to have the dynamism of flow, of fluid strength in the legs, balls of the feet. Beautiful. And if you'd like to, you can steer with your hands, palms onto the knees, and maybe begin to open the twist. So you're pressing left palm into the upper left thigh, and then opening your gaze to the right side. And then back through the center. And left. Noticing what happens through your center when you invite the twist. Inhaling. If you would like to here, take your left hand out to the right side, stabilizing. And then back through the center. Right hand's going out to the left side. Mula Bandha, which is like in that Kanda chakra, in the bulb, like a flower bulb, super potent. And then back through the center. And this time breathing in as you move to the side, maybe left hand comes to the outer right knee and right hand comes to your sacrum. Depth of the twist. And yet there's still this yoking to the center here. Samanavayu. Back through and into your left side. Beautiful. Inhale right to the middle and then exhale and fold. If you'd like to, you could hook your big toes with your index and middle finger and tuck your thumbs beneath Padangustasana, or you can take your hands, slip them underneath the soles of your feet for Padahastasana. And then the nice thing there is to actually wrap your elbows towards the fronts of your shins and allow the fronts of the wrists to breathe open. If what works best for you is actually supporting the back body by being in, the Ardha position, you're welcome to, right? Whatever works for you. And then exhale and release. Meander your way to the top of a push-up. Deep, full breath in. And then exhale, lay your body on the ground. Bending your knees. And if you choose to, you could either point your palms in the direction of your legs, for Lahiri, Dhanurasana, or you could bend your knees in and maybe find the outer sides of the ankles or the shins. And then of course, we know because many of us have done this with a block between the thighs. We know how to activate that inner squeeze without pinching the low back, without craning up through our chins and our necks. Breathing in from the back of the heart, rise. There's something to find internally. Beautiful, that's it. Exhale and release. Two more times, breathing in. Feel the strength of your legs, right? These legs that have carried you all the places you ever hoped to go in your life, you've ever been. Thank God. Strong, stabilized, so that you can feel the safety of opening the heart from that firm base. And then exhale, you can come on down. And just catch the vision in your mind's eye of as your legs rise, can you keep fanning from the big toe mound to the pinkies of your feet spread open? So you're like padding the ceiling with your feet, right? Don't let them be so passive. One more time, deep breath in. And then exhaling and rising. May I? Deep full breath in. Exhale, everybody release on down. Lay your legs all the way to the ground. Feel that sway of the spine through the heels. Yeah. Through all fours, breathing in. Down dog. Each time we come back to this, like this root asana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, we can explore it in a new way with new pockets of opening and presence and groundedness. Inhaling as you like, right knee is going to coil in. Exhale, guide the right leg up and back. And then this time we're going to find that shape of the figure eight. So the knee is going to slide across towards the left elbow and then opens obliques to the right elbow. And then guide it up across the knee behind the left thigh. And then circle high towards the sky. And two more times, breathing in. We can keep the way that we sequence really simple and progressive, so we can feel the basic steps beneath us. And so we talk about krama, the sense of layering. Inhale, let that right leg fly. Now step your right foot between your hands. If you know that it would be nice to have your hands up on two blocks, bring them. Into the full depth of the lunge, breathing in. And then release your left knee to the ground. Walk your hands up to your front thigh and lift your heart high. And then right here, all we're gonna do is shift your heart forward, shift your hips forward and let your arms fly. Breathing in as they rise. And then exhale and guide them down. And as they come down, shift your hips back. Feel, come into that taller stance of left hip over the left knee. And then exhale as you move forward. Sweeping. Stabilize. Front knee over the front ankle. And then release down. And one more time. Deep breath in. Feel how the breath just carries the movement. Release your hands to the ground. Shift your hips back, extend and bow. Ardha Hanuman. And in this one, rather than just like being in a stationary forward fold, can you breathe and fill into your exploration of sensation here? All the little nuanced ways we find freedom, we find release and allowance. As you breathe in, lift your heart, tuck your back toes, and prepare, and then inhale. Right leg's gonna rise. Exhale, step your right foot all the way out to the right side. Walk your hands over to your right side, and then this time turn to the ball of your left foot and allow your right knee to peel open. If you need to, you can release your knee to the ground, left knee to the ground, and then feel your heart rise here and your shoulders wrap onto your back body. And there's that essence of up dog there too. Walk your hands back to the center, tuck your left toes, guide your right leg back to meet your left. Release your left knee to the ground. Okay, left knee to the ground. Now what we're gonna do here to start is we're gonna find a twist by lifting, it's like cupping in through the inner left core and turning the right shoulder down level with the left shoulder. And then tuck your toes and press the length of your right leg back. Can you feel that? The activation of that as a twist, right? So if your right hip is kind of lifted up, you're not going to find the twist. You have to kind of allow it to come down. Okay, take your palms to the earth, take that left knee, coil it in, and then sweep it out to your right side. Okay, so I know it's fun to open up here. You can open up, go ahead. We're not going to go way open, like don't fling yourself open. It's still contained. As now we're working into the family of twists. So release your left hip to the ground, outer hip to the ground. Bring your forearms forward and release them down. And it's that same work. You're taking that outer right hip and wrapping it forward and down, and you're lifting in and up through the left ribs. I like to have my back toes tucked under, so I like a rudder in the water, right? So I can plant in the direction I want to go. You got it. You got it. And then inhale when you're ready to. You're gonna walk your hands up and just roll so that you're sitting, right? So keep the left hip, exactly. So you're gonna be sitting sort of facing the back of your mat. And then the invitation here as we move into these, like it's just to play. Maybe right shoulder moves towards the right knee and then come back up and feel your way into your side bodies, the strength of your side bodies as you gaze. You just sort of, it's like you're not just leaning in because you're using the underside of the lean, right side body or left side body, to gather and sustain that sense of center. Good job. then we're going to find one more twist here. So your left leg is going to stay where it is. It's facing out over the side of your mat. Your right leg, you're going to gather it in and cross the heel either to the inside of the left thigh or to the outside of the knee. And then wrapping left arm around the front of the knee or to the outside, depending on the depth. My one, invitation to all here is don't crane your gaze. Soften your gaze. Let your gaze be like a new moon, soft. Notice if you're leaning back or press forward. If the right hip is hiked up, come back to the center, breathe in. So uncross, left knee is going to swing to the top of the mat and right leg is going to come behind. Extend, your choice. If you need prop support, you can lift yourself up higher by putting blankets underneath you. You can always come onto your back for figure 4, or you can draw the back knee in to not be so deep in the outer left hip. Lift your heart with your breath in. And then your choice here, you can come forward and just stay with this work and feel how there's that leveling that has the action of a twist, right? It's nuanced, it's fine, but it's the action of a twist of leveling, right? Squeezing in and back through the outer left hip, dialing down and forward through the center of the right femur bone, and gathering in through the root. And those of you who would like to, because we were already in the Dhanurasana family, if you'd like to, you could reach back, bend your knee and reach for the back foot. And feel that opening from the bicep line of the arm as you press back. And then as you press forward, heel towards the glute, you feel it through the top of the right thigh, quads and the hip flexors. Some of you may have the full expression. You're welcome to go overhand. We haven't warmed for it so much though. And when you're ready to, everyone, I'm just going to invite you a little deeper into the idea of a twist here, bringing your forearm forward. Left hand can come kind of behind you. There's also bringing your left hand all the way in front of you and sliding the outer shoulder to the ground, but that's a pretty deep twist for most of us, right? And then we don't forget to breathe. Exhale when you feel a sense that like, okay, complete here. Then unwind yourself. Press your hands down and fly the right leg back and free it up. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Ekapada Adha Mukha Svanasana. Let it go. Just between the two sides here, we're going to release the knees down. Stabilize your hips over your knees, walk your hands forward, and lay your heart to the ground. Anahatasana. And this is really where the third part of the mantra, which we didn't call, it's a little mysterious, we didn't call today, was from Mrityor, which is like the vibration of fear, to Amrita, which is the nectar of the heart. When you're ready to, coming back up through all fours, and then pressing downward facing dog. And into the left side we go, breathing in, the left knee is gonna coil in. And then exhale, guide it up and back. And then finding the sweeping action of the knee around to the right elbow, to the left elbow. This beautiful dance of the body. We have to give ourselves, especially my sisters, right? We have to give ourselves these moments to like feel into the fluidity of our bodies and the fluid strength of our bodies, right? It's not just like spilling. When you're ready to, step your left foot all the way forward. Find your base, and then release your right knee to the ground. Inhale, arms are gonna fly high. And then exhaling, bringing them down, breathing in as you stabilize. And then inhale up. And the exhale down. And then the inhale to gather. And the exhale to expand. And when you're ready to, releasing your hands to the ground, extend and gently bow. Finding here, like, it's nice to kind of sweep the hips around a little bit so that you can find what is neutral. Fullness of the breath in, and then exhale and release. Step your left leg up and back, open it up. And then step it way out to the left side. Walk your hands over to meet it. And then your choice here, either coming to the ball of your foot and then peeling to the pinky toe side of the left foot, or you can release the right knee down and lift your heart and feel a little more of that upward facing dog rising. Either way, go into the place where there is breath and circulation in the opening and the stretch. Always coming back as you inhale, hands to the center. Take your left leg back and bring your right knee to the ground. And if you can, that heel goes down. Left heel goes down as the right knee goes out, because that's going to create the action of the twist, right? If you're up on the ball of your foot, you don't get much of a twist there. You got it. And then coiling in, think about that right rib basket, obliques. All this is just gathering, coiling in, rounding through the back body just a little bit. Neutral tailbone. Deep full breath in. Exhale and ride it out. Bless you. Turn to the left ball of the left foot now, and then squeeze the right knee in just like we've been doing. And then now guide the right leg out to the left side. And stabilize right palm underneath the right shoulder if you want to. There's this roll in here. We're not trying to fly up towards the sky. It's more about like this like trenchant twist. Deep spiral in the body. Full inhale. And then exhale and just release your bum to the ground. We're going to work this twist here. So first here is to release the forearms. And again, feel your way into a neutral back body. So that left thigh, you're using the ball of your foot to spiral the knee down, to spiral the inner line of the thigh towards the midline. Inner rotation of the upper thigh and the outer hip. Stay with this, or if you would like to, there's a deeper twist. Left hand, Opening the right hand out to the side. If you want to go really deep in here, you can sweep the left hand out to the right side and use that right hand to propel the twist. So you know in your nervous system when you've gone too far, because it starts to like press against, right? The alerts, the vigilance goes on. So if you're there, back out of that too deep place. Find a place where you can breathe and feel well and open. And then inhaling as you rise, you're just gonna swing your left hip down, looking over the back of your mat now, and full bowing with the Vishtakonasana. This is a great place for any prop support that you need. So sometimes just a roll under the belly here is a nice way to find your way in, but not with all the weight moving forward. Or to bring a block beneath your forehead if you like. Mm-hmm. Inhale, gently rising. So you're just going to pivot. Now, your right knee's coming forward in the pigeon pose. Oh yeah, you're right, sorry. Sheena's reminding me about our twist. So bringing the foot either to the inner thigh or the outer. Now you're twisting over the back of your mat. And inhaling and release that twist. So you're going to unwrap your right knee forward and guide into pigeon pose. This first station stability is maybe the forearms to the ground. Really pressing the outer side of your right thigh, outer side of the right calf downward to create a little more mobility in the pelvic bowl to level off. And those of you with the big heart opening today, if you want to, you could bend your knee, reach back for your foot. If it works for you. If you have the full bind and you want to go up and over, you're welcome to. Those of you who want to find the twist here. Once again, there you go. Okay, everybody, we're going to unwrap. So guiding your right knee up and back, Ekapada Mukha Svanasana, releasing And just releasing your foot down. And once again, walk your hands back to your feet. And right here, just this softening. So you can wrap your hands around the backs of your legs and bend your knees. And then just allow your chest to rest from all the twisting, back bending. Allow your chest to just rest over your thighs. Dip your hips back and allow your chest to, the weight of your chest to release down over your thighs. And then breathe into the space between your shoulder blades, right? Where the kidneys, the adrenals, just breathing more space there. Good. And then, my dears, just really simply releasing your knees to the ground, cross your ankles, and lay all the way down onto your back. Try to ease into your chest. Ananda Balasana. All the sweetness you thaw out through twists, right? If you'd like to, taking the palms of your hands and wrapping around the outer feet. And feel the anchors of your thigh bones release down. And those of you who would like to, you can start to press the heels away from each other. Supta Upavishta Konasana. Make sure you're not digging your vertebra into the ground to get there, though. It's too far, no worries. In fact, it's a nice place to take a strap and press your legs all the way up. In fact, if you have a strap, go for it. And then maybe just allowing your feet to press open. That way you don't need to be able to reach all the way to the toes. And then coming all the way back up, circling your ankles. And really simply just yoking back to the midline by releasing one heel down and bringing it back up. Really lengthening and feeling into the fronts and the back lines of your legs as you go here. Okay. And I'm going to offer a few variations. One is a resting Setu maybe a block. Right? Lower than your sacrum, right? It's not pressing into the upper sacrum. And if you'd like to, from there, you could even lengthen one leg, maybe lengthen both legs. Imagine that you have a strap wrapped around your upper thighs so that you can feel a sense of containment here. And opening the deep belly, muscles of the deep belly here. Those of you who are in a little bit of a more rajasic state of practice, you can always come all the way up and find your way into full wheel pose. And then if you're up, come on down. Come back into the bija shape, maybe sliding your heels over or your knees over to one side. And then into the other side. And one way that we are able to practice with the whole village is that we offer what is right for each one. So I'm going to invite you into just 108 little moments of an inversion practice here. So not too slow, not too fast.
And those of you who are feeling like really grounded and like you're ready for completion, just put your legs up the wall. Those of you who are working with variations of shoulder stand or headstand or Panchamayurasana, you're welcome to. I'm not gonna fully suggest your handstand right now, but it's up to you. And if you feel satiated, fully satiated in your body, then come to an early Shavasana. If it's something that you're really reaching for, maybe not for this moment, right? This moment's more about integration and stability. Mhm. Beautiful, everybody. Coming down as you're ready to. Give yourself as much like presence in your descent as you did as you rose. Always when we come out of an inversion, a moment of returning home. So it could be child's pose or it could be simply sitting. Virasana. And then making your way simply and slowly onto your back. And finding your way into Shavasana. This is a poem by Mark Nepo, and I felt its sweetness this morning, so I'm going to share it with you. It's called Reduced to Joy. I was sipping coffee on the way to work, the back road under a canopy of maples turning orange. In the dip of woods, a small doe gently leaping. I pulled over, for there was nowhere else to go. She paused as if she knew I was watching. A few orange leaves fell around her, like blessings no one can seem to find. I sipped some coffee, completely at peace, knowing it wouldn't last. But that's all right. We never know when we will blossom into what we're supposed to be. It might be early, it might be late, it might be after 30 years of failing at a misguided way, or the very first time we dare to shed our mental skin and touch the world. They say if real enough, some see God at the moment of their death. But isn't every fall and letting go a death? Isn't God waiting right now in the chill between the small doe's hoof and those fallen leaves?
Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mritvarma Mritam Gamaya. From the untruth to the essence of truth. From depression to light. From fear to the nectar of the heart, the nectar of life. And so our practice is a practice of returning to the heart space again and again and again. And it's simple like that. So if you feel well in your breath, you can just begin to bring some light in. Little breeze of spanda, of energy. Maybe to move to your side and pause and really feel some gentle care for yourself. Or maybe to reach up and open and invite in a lot of breath. And then slowly to rise, take your time. And the vibration of Om is a vibration of clearing and a vibration of integrating and a vibration of affirming. Deep breath in all together. Ooh. And a deep inhale. And then exhale and give it back and carry our breath into the rest of our days, into all our relations. Namaste. My gratitude to you to be here in this practice together. Namaste.